Man to
We
Man
live.
Radio or Man to Man TV. You are live.
See, every time I talk, you don't listen. No, I'm just playing.
No, no, look. You talking about?
Hey,
Look. He talking about. I'm ready. She said, "All right, let's get ready." He said, "Okay, I'm ready." Just a
And then he
few
goes,
more
almost
minutes.
there.
Right.
then I'm like, hold on. I'm like, hold up. I'm not
See?
ready. Hold up. No, I'm just playing. What's up? What's up? Okay, so look, now we're live. Welcome to Man to Man TV. Tony, don't go nowhere yet. Hold on, Tony.
Oh shit,
Because,
what I do? I
well,
feel like I
because
just got called into the principal's office.
yes, you
I'm like
did.
sitting that
No.
wall.
Well, no, I mean, hey, we logged in a little bit late,
A little
today,
bit.
just a little bit late today. So I didn't get a chance to ask you how are you doing, Tony?
You know what? I am
For real.
Yes,
completely serious,
I'm
Richard.
dead
Get your
Middle
serious.
name
ass.
Chris.
I'm dead
What's wrong
serious,
with him
Tony.
asking me how I'm doing?
Exactly, Tony. How are you?
Go
Thank you,
ahead.
Richard.
Go.
You
Go
know,
ahead.
I'm
No, you
doing
need to use your
well.
hook. Thank you,
It
Richard.
was good
You
news
care.
about my mom.
Oh,
Yes,
I'm not going to have to fly out after all. I'm going to
good,
take my regular trip at the end of September because we got the
good.
grandbaby coming in August. So
Okay,
everything is working out perfectly. Just still keep her in
good.
prayers. She goes into surgery on the
Yes,
18th, and
yes.
they are looking for successful surgery. So,
Okay, good.
God is taking this wheel. So
Okay,
I'm leaving it because, see, unlike Chris,
mm-hmm. What?
when the Lord says, I have done something good for you, my child, I don't act like Chris.
I'm gonna tell you like this. God ain't even said nothing.
hey, let me tell you something, Chris. God definitely, well, getting back to you, Tony, real quick. And that's why I was asking, because I know your heart's been heavy. I know you've been doing an amazing job at keeping all the shows live and everything like that. And I know with everything that you've been going on, also, even with your event coming up on June 2nd, you have just been completely overwhelmed with testing some of the new things that's going on, on HTTR network. So I just want to say thank you. And that, of course, your mother has been in my prayers. I haven't had a chance to really just get with you, one to one. So that's why I want to see how you were doing,
Thank
because even
you.
right now, I came in late. So I'm like, we didn't have our chance to do our normal powwow. So
Right.
just wanted to check up on you. That's all.
That's
So
very
let me
sweet.
bring my insensitive ass on in here.
Ah,
Yeah, please,
Um,
shit.
please do. Your
pick up pick up
insensitive
the
You know
ass.
phone,
what? He
pick
done
up the
mess up
phone
a
and
wet
call and ask
dream.
these questions. I knew all what was going on because we talked this week. Now, Tony, get your ass off the line. We appreciate you for just working your butt
I'm
off,
not. I'm not gonna say
allowing us
that.
allowing us
Hey,
to
he's in rare
have the
form.
show keep going. We love you, Tony. Mwah.
I can't
Chris is in rare
stand
form.
you.
Isn't that good?
I
Hey,
cannot
I thought that
stand
was
you.
good. I thought that was good.
That was horrible. That was
It was
horrible, Negro.
horrible.
That
Okay.
was absolutely horrible. So,
Jesus.
okay, this
Anyway,
is
thank you,
this
Miss
is
Jacqueline, for your prayers. I appreciate it. Love you, girl. Oh,
yeah,
before I go, let
exactly.
me tell
No,
you what
no, no
Miss
problem.
Jacqueline. No, before I go, Miss
Hmm.
Jacqueline did something that was so freaking amazing. Okay,
Really?
and I wasn't even expecting it. So she went live to promote a contest that she does for her radio
Okay.
shows.
Okay.
Yeah,
She's
I've been
there.
checking out Miss Jacqueline too and her plank challenge and stuff. She's been doing
Yeah.
her planks.
So I'm
Yeah.
just sitting
Let's
there,
go.
watching her and stuff. And she's like, all of a sudden it was like, you guys got to check out Tony Breedlove, all of her shows, and she knew every show. She announced all the hosts. She announced the
See
show
that?
times. I
That's
mean, I'm like, Jacqueline, I wasn't coming on here to get no plug, but she did her thing. So I'm gonna say this: the
That's
show
what's
that
up.
she is working for, they better watch out. Because, see, Jacqueline
Uh
might
oh.
end up coming to Hot Topics Talk Radio
uh
Network.
oh. Uh oh. They coming.
See, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's crazy.
Now I'm
That
out.
sounds
Thank
like
you,
a hot
Miss
show.
stealing people's.
It's
He's standing behind me. He gonna save me soon.
yeah. You have so look. See now this is a perfect segue to go into tonight's topic. Do men
right.
really know what love
No,
is.
no.
Okay. See, that's
That's
why I
the
said
end of
it's a
the
perfect
show.
segue. No, that's Chris's version of the show. Do men really know what love is? No. I,
Just that.
yeah,
Oh
right?
dear God.
End of the show. Roll the credits.
Exactly.
No, we're not doing that, Chris. We're not doing that.
Bye, you
Uh,
guys. Have a good show, and I'll be waiting in the wings at the end.
Wait.
Sounds good, Tony. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. Love you guys. Hold on. I'm
Love you
out.
too. All right.
I'm definitely getting fired after tonight.
Man, I'm gonna pray for you, dog. I'm gonna pray for you.
I'm
I'm
telling you,
just gonna it's Mother's Day and everything like that. You just say get the hell off the show.
I didn't say that. I hope I didn't say it like that. I said something to that.
That's what it sounded like.
Well, she loves me and I love her. And God loves us too.
Oh my God, I can't stand you. So look, if you're just tuning into the show right now, me and Chris, we're gonna have fun tonight. It's a good topic. It's a topic that Chris you came up with, this week, which I'm really interested to hear why your no is no.
It ain't
Um, th-
no, but it's a lot of reasons.
no, I hear you. I mean, this is a real deep conversation. This is gonna be a good topic tonight.
Mhm.
Do men really know what love is? And so we're gonna get right into it in a moment. Of course, we couldn't do this show without our wonderful sponsors. So, we have SPMG Media with Gina Smith. We
Oh,
have, the Urban Sentinel with our very own Reggie Kearney.
yes, sir.
He has the show. They have the show on, I believe, Mondays. Um, yeah, Mondays, you got to go check out Real World News, on the Hot Topics Talk Radio Network. And then, of course, we have FES, so go over, you look, for more information on our sponsors, go over to the Hot Topics Talk Radio.com website, check out all the sponsors and everything that we got going on the Hot Topics Talk Radio Network. There's a lot of good things that's in the works right now where we're getting ready to start taking it from this venue to another venue, and it's gonna be even that much better.
Keep getting
Right,
bigger
Chris?
and bigger. That's what we
Yeah.
keep doing. That's what it's about.
Yeah. And see, Chris, you said it in the beginning. You said, look, if you're not following us right now,
Come on.
don't expect to for us to remember you later on. Isn't it something like that you said?
I don't know your ass if you ain't watching the show. By this time,
Right now.
I keep telling you, I can't know you this well, and you still telling me, oh, I ain't seen the show yet. When your show come on again, man, you got to remind me. I'm gonna tell you like this:
That's funny.
everybody else watching the show without you, so we gonna be all right.
That
But
is
but
funny.
we need you too, though. So come on, get on, shit.
And there it is, man. So look, let's get right into it, Chris. Let's get right into it, man.
Yeah.
Because I think, granted, it's 7:15. If you're tuning in,
Uh-oh. Look like some technical difficulties. Is his mic off?
So what the hell
You
is he
see this?
saying?
Look, hey, but he really into it though. Look, this him right here. You know what I'm saying?
Don't clown him
No,
live.
no, 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 no. He ain't clowning him live, but I'm just saying. I thought I was tripping. Look, the stupid thing is I almost got off because I said, is my thing tripping or what? But basically, what he was trying to tell you, which he should get off and then get right back on, he was basically trying to ask the question if men really know what love. Well,
wait. Yeah,
there you
do men
go.
Okay,
really know
there
what
he is.
love is? I'm back.
There you go.
I'm back.
The hell you do? Hit mute?
I didn't do anything. I really didn't do anything. But look, I prayed about it. I said, hey, let's get this going. Can you hear me okay now?
I got you, bro. I got you.
Okay, cool. So you gave the topic, right, and the rundown.
Yes. Well, not the rundown, but you know. But let's just get into it. Come on.
Okay. Well, when I first read the description of the topic, right,
Mhm.
and when you sent me the topic that you want to discuss this week, for one, I thought it was a hot topic because I think there's a lot of misconceptions on what we think love is and what women think love is, and then how we show our love towards women and how we even want to receive our love,
Yeah.
because like growing up, my dad, he wasn't around every single day. He worked every single day. And the way he showed his love towards me was the bills were paid and, things like that.
Yeah.
But my mom, she handled, like, she took on like the brunt of everything. But my father was old school. So he just, he worked and worked and worked. There were times when I didn't see my dad for years. And
Hmm.
so me personally, I never wanted to experience that, you know, but that was his way of knowing how to love his wife and his family,
Hmm.
um, and I think honestly, we have it screwed up a lot, but it's not completely our fault. It's not completely our fault.
Well, it's kind of just the way we're raised. I mean, hell, I think even when I was a kid, you talk about how your dad showed you love by like paying the bills and stuff. I mean, it was kind of the same for me. The things
Right.
that taking care of me and buying me different things. But hell, when I think about it, I don't even know if I remember hugging my dad as like a kid. Like, we
Oh
just
wow.
didn't do stuff like that. Like, we
Yeah.
would talk, we would laugh, play games together. Like, we had a great relationship, but we didn't
Right.
show like affection to each other. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think
Right.
back then it was like, most men felt like you shouldn't show no boy an affection anyways. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
times were a
Yeah.
lot different back then. It's like, it was like if you showed, it was almost like a man felt like if you showed another boy or your son affection, he turned gay or something, or they looked at it
Right.
like in that kind of manner. So they just wouldn't do it. I remember it was funny because I was telling somebody the other day. I remember when I had my first heart attack, right? So I'm at the
Hmm.
hospital, and like you got to remember, like I'm 14 years old. My dad don't know how to really experience this, and
Right.
we sitting in there waiting and stuff, and I can tell he's real sad and kind of emotional about it, right?
Right.
And he goes, "Yeah, but you're gonna be all right, my son." And he kind of like came to like almost give me a hug, but he kissed me on the forehead. But the moment he did it, he was like, "Huh?" Like he made that noise, and the stupid thing is, I was like, "What the hell?" But
Right.
like it was just funny because he wanted to show affection but didn't know how, so he was like,
Right.
"Huh?" Like,
Ugh. Take that kiss. That's a manly kiss.
but hey, but that's just what it was, though. We just didn't show affection like that. But even to this
No,
day,
that's
I
true.
mean, I hug, I give him the bro hug and stuff, but I mean, that's it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I feel you because every time I hugged my dad when he was alive, he would always give me this little side eye when I'm coming in to give him a hug. He would just kind of come back and do this little, like this
Yeah,
and hug me and all right, bruh, all right, homie.
right?
That's
Hey,
what he would say. You
hit
know,
you with the bruh. Hit you with
yeah.
the bruh.
All right, bruh. All right, homie. Yeah, we good, homie. We good. And he would say it in a joking manner, but I know he felt really uncomfortable in showing that type of affection and love.
Yeah,
And so I can understand what you're saying, how your dad, was. Because growing up in that time, you had to be tough
yeah.
as a man. You had to be tough when you leave your house. And even sometimes in your house, because depending on how you grew up, there could
Mm.
be 7 or 8 people in a house. So you had to be tough, not just for yourself, but for the other people,
But to
your
withstand everybody in
siblings.
the household.
Right, right. You know what I mean? Because my dad, he grew up. He was the oldest of his siblings, and so he went out there, and I remember him telling me stories about being the first water boy in one of the water boys in the cotton fields.
Yeah.
And he just had to be tough and grow up fast. But I think there has been a shift now because now I want to hug my kids. I want to hug my son. I want to
Well, see,
hug, you
different
know.
generation though.
Right.
Different
It's a different
generation.
generation.
The thing about I think our generation, which is different from our father's generation, we're more raised by our mothers
Right.
than our fathers. Like it's like we follow more of our like you couldn't be no mama's boy. They couldn't be no mama's boys. We had the option to be mama's boys. So it's kind of like we have that little bit of, to be affectionate and to kind of show that kind of
Yeah.
love. But to be honest with you, the reason why I came up with this topic was because I was talking to a couple of people this week, and I was thinking like, man, like I just don't think it's not that it's not capable, like we're not capable of knowing what love is, but
Right.
we almost have to go through something to really understand what love is. I think if you haven't gone through something, you
Yeah.
can't really understand. And what I mean by go through something like with a woman, I mean how to love a
Mm.
woman, not just
Okay.
love in general. I meant from a one, like just understanding what love is from a woman's standpoint. Like I don't even think we really understand. what love is from a woman.
Well, no, and that's true. I mean, there's part of it that, you know, us fellas, we don't really just take that real understanding to how to love that woman, or maybe sometimes we might take that woman for granted. Like, we know that she's there, maybe know that she's not going anywhere, and we don't think we're taking them for granted because we're
Right.
doing everything that we're supposed to do, that we were taught. It's just women have a different understanding of the way they need to be loved, you
Well,
know.
watch this. The way I look at it, and it's like, okay, a woman can lay down with a man right now and, be like, I love him. Like, this is the
Yeah.
person I want to be with. Like, I enjoy his company. Like, we're so compatible.
Right.
And the difference between us is we can lay down with you and not think nothing. It was
Right.
good. Like, that was, damn, she was the business. But not be like putting, there's no deep thoughts into it. I mean, depending on how far the relationship is gone at that point. But what I'm saying for the most part is most men really just don't really see nothing. Like, okay, watch this.
Right.
Making us happy, have sex like a lot of the time or most of the time,
Yeah.
feeding us and being supportive. But is that love? Like, do we equate that as the love, or do we just be like she's just a down chick, like she's a good woman?
Right. Well,
Like,
I
do you
mean,
see where I'm
it
going
can
with
go.
that?
No, I understand what you're saying, but I honestly think, you know, I think us men, we really do know how to love a woman. I honestly believe that. Like, I know how to love my wife, right? You know, but I think a lot of us fellas, we have a hard time letting our guard down to entrust that woman that she's not going to break it. You
I
feel
don't
me?
even believe it.
No, I'm telling
I
you.
mean, I don't
I'm
agree with
telling
it.
you. I'm telling you. Trust what I'm saying.
Trust
Only
what you
reason.
said. Nigga. I'm a boy.
No.
I'm a man too. What
Yeah,
the fuck?
boy, you a boy
Yeah.
too. I'm
Some. Yeah.
glad you spoke
Well,
honestly.
listen here,
You a
son. Well,
boy
listen. Well,
too.
listen here,
No,
son. Well, what I'm
no.
saying is, come on, man. I'm just saying, take yourself out of where you are right now. Take yourself back to when you was just dating. We wasn't worried about no trust issues and all that kind of stuff. Come on, we had girls. We wasn't worried about that kind of stuff.
No, I understand that.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's like when you were dating a woman, it had nothing to do with trust. It had nothing to do with being worried about anything. It was just,
Right,
it was a good thing at that moment. And
right.
what I'm explaining to you is for women, I mean, let's just say like this. You the woman right now, right? I'm
Yeah,
loving you good. I'm always taking you out. I'm affectionate. The first thing that happens with you is I'm in love with this man. Oh my God, like I want to have everything with him. Like I always want him around. But we don't have that same instinct. We don't think
right.
like that. We can get all of that and still go have sex with another woman. That's why I said honestly, I don't know if we really know what love is. I think
Well,
when
I
you
mean, I think we there's a part of us that do, but then there's a part that we don't, because when that's why these love books where men are from Mars, women are from Venus, or the different love languages and stuff like that. I think as you get older, you start to learn and tap into trying to love the person that you're with even deeper. I
but is
think that's
that but
what
is
really
that getting
happens.
older or is that through life experiences?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's a little bit of both.
I agree. Yeah.
Because it could be life experiences where things get really bad, and you just learn how to appreciate that person a little bit more.
Right.
It could be age and wisdom, because you learn, like, okay, I messed up there, so now let me do it again. But let me look. Let's go to some of the comments real quick, because I know we got some comments going in. Let's see. Okay, Jacqueline, she said, "Hey everyone, Jacqueline, what's up, Jack?" Okay, Kevin, he said, "Of course we do, but it's our own interpretation, which we are completely entitled to."
Right.
Then, okay, keep your mom in prayer. That's what's up. I'm a little late on these comments, y'all, because I see them in a different feed, so bear
But
with
but
me.
but make sure they see that you show them love on these
Oh,
comments.
I am. I
Yeah.
am. I am.
See
Because
what I'm
we, yeah,
saying?
we know we appreciate the listeners for sure. So
Mm-hmm.
Kenya said, she said, men do know, but they are more skeptical to let their guard down when a woman like me be like, I love you. Hold on. What else? Let me, hold on. It goes, I love you after less than a month in a relationship.
You
See,
damn
now
right.
hold on. Now that's true, Kenya. That is so true, because look, I'm telling you, when Anjali told me that she loved me, like within a month of us dating, that was like that was like crazy to me. And I love my wife to this day, but that was crazy to me because I didn't understand Like, she didn't know in what my understanding what love was. And we had that conversation before. So I
Yeah.
feel you on that, Kenya. And then
But
Emerald,
my
what's
thing is,
up, Emerald?
but my thing is, what about prior relationships back in the day where you'd have women tell you that? What you say, girl, I love you too.
No.
I'm just saying, didn't no way.
No.
You never told a woman that,
Well, I've told women that I loved them, but it
and did you
wasn't
mean
like
it?
absolutely. Absolutely. I really did. I never, man, I don't know what it is, man, but I never play with love, man, because, you know, I, I love love. I love love. Love is a beautiful thing. And I think when I had my heart broken by my first girlfriend, right? I was with her for like 6 years. I never wanted to play with somebody else in that idea of love. I never wanted to play with that because I really gave my all to that woman, and she hurt me, you know. And
Hey,
so from that point on, it was
mm-hmm.
like, oh, you love me? Why? Why do you love me? Like my guard was still up, you know. And so I could relate to what Kenya was saying right there, like for real. Let me go through some of these because we got a bunch of comments too, Chris. 1 second. So Emerald said so many theories, 5 love languages, and or women want adoration, men want respect. Yep, that's true. And both call it love. That's true. Emerald also said we all have to learn what love isn't before we can recognize what it is. That's
Like that.
true. I love that. And I
Mm-hmm.
think, and see, that's what I'm saying. Like with age and wisdom or heartache, you start learning what love is. As you get older, you learn what love
But see,
is.
I think for men, we have to actually go through heartache to actually learn what love is. That's my whole
It's
thing with
humbling.
this
Yeah.
because I honestly like, even though you said you loved a woman and you meant it, in your definition of that is probably just in what you felt it within that moment. But if you did truly love her, then the relationship probably would have been a lot different. You probably would have lasted
No.
in those relationships
Nah. I mean,
because you
let's
would have
just
endured through all
no.
things. You got to
Nah.
understand, love.
I'm
The
not going
word
to do.
love.
Yeah,
There's a big definition behind that.
that
And
is
what I'm
true.
saying is, you can't love someone if you don't even understand the true definition of it.
No, and that's true. And see, that was my whole entire thing with my wife in that conversation. Because I told her, I was like, don't disrespect me again like that, saying that you love me after a month. Because love, it believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. It's not, it's patient, it's
But
kind,
I can
it's
believe that.
everlasting.
But I can
What's
believe
that?
that. I can believe that from a woman because they're more emotional. Like they're
Well, yeah,
wired.
women are natural nurturers,
A lot of
definitely.
men are nowadays. But what I'm saying is, we
Wait a
really not
second.
supposed to be. No, it's just keeping it real. A
Wait.
lot of y'all act like women. Period.
A lot
No
of men
disrespect
act
to the
like
women,
women.
but they walking around like
Yeah.
y'all with the same clothes on. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
You
yeah, they
see.
wearing rompers and stuff now.
But
Yeah,
anyways, what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, we're not wired. Most men are not wired like that. So for us to come straight out in the beginning of a relationship and say, I love you, and really mean it,
mm.
either like usually it's something wrong with that brother. Like he's either insecure or he just hasn't been loved. So he's holding on to it and
Or it could just be something different.
yeah,
It could just be something different that he's experiencing too. Because I mean, there's a such thing as love at first sight. You know what I mean? You
yeah.
you you feel that energy, that connection. Where
I don't
you
think
just
that from a man
instantly.
though.
Well, no,
And
I'm saying
I think
no.
at an older age, yes. But
Yeah,
younger
at an
age,
older age, yeah. But we're talking about men. We're not talking about boys. Now granted, there's a lot of boys out here that want to throw love around there like it's, love, 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 but it really isn't.
but see, when you say that, you act like most grown men got their shit together. They don't. Most grown men playing the same game. Most men that are single in their 30s,
Yeah.
40s, they're still
Okay.
playing the same game they were playing when they were younger. So we're not gonna make it seem like it's a young boy, older man thing. It's just more of an experience thing. That's why I said, if you've been through it, like if a woman has broke your heart, now you know, like, okay,
Right.
you probably didn't even know you was in love, and she did something and had you somewhere messed up, crying, and you didn't even
Yeah.
realize, you didn't know where those
Man,
emotions came from.
I was listening to Tony Braxton and everything, dog. I was listening to Breathe Again.
Hey, and you didn't even know you was that caught up.
Man, yeah, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. And I never ever wanted to experience that heartache again. That's the cold part about
So
it.
that's why I'm saying most
Yeah.
men don't really understand love until they've actually gone through things.
Yeah.
Like
It
you
takes a
might say,
humbling. Yeah. It
exactly,
does.
because right now you're excited, you're happy, your needs are being met. But
Mm-hmm.
guess what? When your needs aren't being met, you'll leave that woman in a heartbeat. Why? Because you can. And
Yeah.
most men do. That's
Right.
why I said we don't really know what love is until we go through things. We are
Right.
really kind of messed up because, like I
Well,
said, we can be
yeah.
getting everything from a woman and still go sleep with another woman. And the crazy
Right.
thing is, women do not understand that. They're like,
Yeah.
give him everything. I treat him good. I come home every day. I cook. And it's like, he still went and slept with that girl. And there are so many women I had to explain to them, it's not about you. That man is not clear with his own life. It has nothing to do with you. And that's stuff that has to be explained because when women get cheated on, they literally hold all the burdens of it. And I mean, it messes them up. Some
Yeah.
women for the worst for the rest of their life. And that's
Yeah.
why I said some of that stuff has to be explained. Like ladies have to understand, men are not to say we stupid, but it's just at the end of the day, unless there is good guidance in our life, or unless we've been through some bad things within our lives, some of our decision making is going to be very questionable, especially within a relationship, because we're misguided within that area. And that's
Mm.
that's all I'm really trying to say.
No, and I understand that. I understand that, and I agree. I agree. I agree with you because there's a lot of guys that get it mixed up. But see, then there's a lot of women, I think, that are in love with the idea of love, and so they try to force that love on that man, or because they're in love with the idea of love, they believe that that first man that's showing them a little of attention, that's love, and it's not love. It could just be I'm just trying to hit it and move on with my life.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And so I don't think it's just strictly on men. We have to have a little bit more credit than what we're given. We have to have a little bit more credit because there's a lot of us out here now that no, think about it, because you said that there's a lot of men or boys that were raised by single mothers,
mm-hmm.
and so if there are a lot of boys or men that were raised by single mothers, the mother is the first woman that that man is going to love and be in love with, and
I'm gonna tell
so,
you,
well,
it
no, feel me on
sounds
this.
good.
No,
It
feel me on
sounds
this.
good. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, feel me on this. What I'm saying is that there's a lot of guys that really do understand what that love is.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it goes back to like what Kenya said, and even what Emerald said. Where we stay guarded because we don't want to get hurt because we're hard. We don't want to get hurt. We're hard. We're tough.
And that's the
You
truth.
know, we're hard. We're tough.
And
We
that's
don't
the
want to
truth.
get hurt. Yeah, and then you have the other part. Why are you shaking your head?
Because
Why are you
you're
shaking your head?
wrong. Come on, bro.
No, that's
Man,
that's
my
that's
thing is
not
this. My
wrong.
thing
That's
is
not
this,
wrong.
man. My thing is this. 100. Let's talk
Yeah.
about real problems. Bro,
Well, you're
men
talking
are
about
men
real
are
issues
messed
from your
up. We're not
perspective, and I'm
men,
talking about it from my perspective. So it's
and
not necessarily
I
wrong.
agree,
It's
but what I'm
different.
saying is men are not running around worried about getting hurt, man. There are some guys, like I said,
Okay.
if they're worried about getting hurt, that's because they've already experienced that. But if a man
Right.
has not experienced that, he's not running around here thinking, I hope she don't cheat on me, or I hope this goes right. Bro, we don't think like that. We just be out here doing
Well,
our thing. When we're dating a woman, we're just enjoying the moment. If it goes further, then it just so happens to happen and we click in and just do what we're supposed to. But bro, we're not
right.
worried about being hurt unless we've been hurt.
Well, let's go to this comment real quick that Erica Ramos said. Thank you for this comment, Erica. She said, "We are in love with the potential of what we think the
Right.
man will be," and that's a good comment right there. They're in love with the potential. Now, Evelyn, she said, "Know yourself before you get into a relationship with someone else." Then she
Mm-hmm.
says, "Too many people walking around not knowing their own selves," and
Exactly.
and that's good because that ties into like the next area. We don't
But
even
I want to
know.
ask you this though, before you go there,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's basically tying into what Erica said. She was basically saying they buy into what like the potential the man has, right?
Well,
When
I
have
think
you?
every man and woman does that. We buy into the
Oh,
potential of what it could be. I'm dead serious. When you see a woman, when you found your wife, you saw like, man, that's potential right there, right? And you
I
fell in
saw a
love with
woman
that
I wanted to
potential.
talk to
She
because I thought
wasn't
she was
perfect.
beautiful. I saw a woman I wanted to talk to because I thought she was
So what
beautiful.
made you marry her?
I'm not even going into the whole reason of why I married her because that's a whole relationship down the line. What I'm explaining to you is on
Okay.
initial meetings or just when you're just dating in general. Bottom
Right.
line is we're not men is what I'm focused on right now. We're
But when
not
we're
saying,
dating, but when we're dating, is love really going to play a part in it that quick?
well, that's what I'm asking for as far as from a man. We're not, I've never
No.
heard a man said, I'm looking.
I'm not
I
going to be
saw
in
the
love after a week.
and I never saw a man say nothing like that unless he was older. He was looking at. He saw the potential in this woman. I've heard men say it, but it was at an older standpoint, or it was with something. I'm trying to remember, but all I know is for the most part, we don't normally think like that. Most men, I will say, do not think of, oh, I saw the potential in this woman. But there are some men that know what they want and know what they're looking for, and when they see it, that's the reason why they commit to that relationship the way they do.
Right. And they end up loving that woman.
Right.
Right.
But
And so
only
that's what I'm
some men.
saying. Right, but you're talking about like going back to it. If we're talking about dating and stuff, it's not it's wrong if it's I'm in love after the first few dates and I hit it a couple times and I'm in love. That's not love. That's I'm in
Happen
lust
to
with
love
you
at
because you
first
got
sight.
well no, because you got some bomb. That's what that turns into. No, I'm saying
What
people
happened at love
believe
at
in
first
love
sight?
at first. No, I said people believe in love at first sight, you know. And that's what I'm saying. People
But you
believe
don't
in
though.
love. Well, for me, I believe you can hit it off. That you can hit it off and have a bomb ass connection, But love, you can have a bomb ass connection, man. Like, and stay up all night and talk on the phone and just, like, or walk on the beach and it'll be a bomb at like, when that energy is there. You know what I mean? But just being in love with that person's spirit, yeah, you can be in love with that connection, but being in love to the point of enduring all that type of stuff, that's too premature. You can be in love with something, but I think if it's just instantly I meet a person, oh, I want to get married next week, that's foolish.
But I don't want to
Hold on,
break
we had a
down
few
love
comments.
though. I don't want to
Oh
break
yeah,
down
we
love
going
though. Well, I'm saying I
you
don't
said
want to
you don't.
break down love. I asked if you believe in
Why
love at
not?
first sight. It's either yes or no. Because it
Well,
can't
no,
be love
but
unless you can
that's
endure
in that
all things
case,
because then you
it's
don't
gonna be
love.
it's gonna be chemistry at first sight. Now, here you go. If it's a situation where if you are in love with yourself, right, you can love everybody. If you're in love with yourself, you can love everybody. But being intimate with that person to the next level of connection, that's a whole nother like
So is it
topic,
yes
dude.
or no?
That's
You dancing like Victor
no,
Cruz
you
right now. Salsa. Come on. Just say
I'm
yes
not
or no.
dancing.
Just
I'm
say
not
yes or
dancing.
no.
I'm not dancing. No, I don't believe in love at first sight. I
There.
believe in
See
lust
how
in
long that
first
took?
sight.
Goddamn, it only took you 2 minutes to actually say
Man,
that.
shut the hell up. Man, I'm
Ah,
going back to these comments. Going back
please.
to Erica. Erica says, that's what I did. But the problem is that if he doesn't see where he could be, it's a mute point. Okay, so she must be commenting about the potential thing. And Al Brooks, what's up, Al? Man, welcome to the show, man. 100 potential. And then Erica said, no. Okay, I don't know what she's referencing to, but Al said, what's up? And then Al said, unconscious thoughts. Let's see. Emerald said, chemistry at first sight. Jacqueline is laughing. She just laughing. She just out there laughing. If you're just tuning in right now, of course, we want to thank you for tuning in to Man to Man TV. We're talking about do men know what love is? That's the topic for tonight. So whatever you do, go over to the Hot Topics Talk Radio website. Check out all of our sponsors, Urban Sentinel, SPMG Media. Check out FES. Make sure you just go over there and check out all the sponsors because they keep us live. They keep us going on the Hot Topics Talk Radio Network so that we can give you shows like this every single week. Every single week. Go over to the website. It's hottopicstalkradio.com. Okay. So I just had to throw that out there real quick.
Hey, but watch this though.
So,
So I got something
uh-huh.
for you. We are conditional lovers. Long as you keep having sex with us on a regular, long as you cook for us, long as you be the best that we want you to be, we love you. But the
man,
moment
man,
you
you crazy.
stop, the moment you stop, we're either gonna
Yeah.
find another woman or we're just gonna stop treating you the way that we've been treating you. And that's why I'm saying I want you to be real, bro, because most men,
No,
this
I'm
is
being
how
I'm
we're
being
wired.
all the way real. I'm
This is
being
how
all the
we're
way
wired.
real. Now, Al Brooks, he said something real quick. So before we get into that, what you just said, I want to say his comment. he said you said it best first, folks. We tend to lean towards potential or our idea of where this person will be with you. And then Erica said, I'm dead. And then she's laughing. She said, I'm dead. She's just dead. you know? So, but yeah, I mean, a lot of times I think we're so in love with the idea of love to where we're in love with what we see, like what we've learned, our learned love. And I think like it could be from different TV shows, it can be from different movies. I think women tend to fantasize what this love is and what this love is supposed to look like. Because sometimes, I mean, you got to think about the women that don't have fathers in their life, or
Right.
they're looking for a father within their relationship.
But
You
watch
know what
this.
I'm saying?
I'll give you two
Yeah.
different examples. The women watching that movie talking about, oh, I wish a man would do that for me. And the man watching that shit like, mm-hmm, I'm finna do that shit one day.
I
I'm getting her ass.
Man,
You gonna get them
yeah, there's some
drugs
cats
just
like
like
that.
he got it.
Yeah, but then there's cats out there like that. But I honestly think there's a lot of dudes too that are really looking for that real queen, man. There really are. That I'm serious. They really are. Because all men are not dogs, just like all women aren't bitches. I don't
But see,
believe it's
that's the
like a
thing though.
category.
And when I tell you all of this stuff right here, it's not to label men as dogs, but what it is to give women understanding on how most men think. I told you when we said we was gonna do this show, bro, wanted to bring it out and
But
say it for
see,
what it is.
yeah.
I don't want it's not to dog men.
But
God
see,
damn it, I'm a man. So at the end of the day, I'm not dogging myself, but I'm explaining the way that we're wired. Because guess what?
well,
Like I
no,
told you,
but you're explaining the way that maybe people. I'm Here's the thing, Chris. When you're saying the way that we are wired, I'm not wired like that.
you're
So
just
you
not
can't
honest.
you No, I'm being honest. I'm not wired like that. So for you to generalize and say the way that we're wired, and you're saying that basically we want to go around and fuck a bunch
I
of women
never
and do
said
all
all.
this shit.
I said
No, but
most.
but that's no, but that's the way it's sounding to me, and that's not a good representation of
Well,
of
watch
of
this.
what it
Don't do
is.
like the
That's not.
ladies. Listen to what I say,
I'm
and
not
you'll
being no, but
hear
hold
what
on.
you
See
want to
now,
hear.
but see now because I said something like that, the next thing you want to go through is an insult, and you're telling me now I'm trying to be like the ladies, and
That's
I'm not
not
trying
no
to be like
insult.
the
I'm
ladies.
telling you.
No, hear what I'm saying. No, hear what I'm
There
saying,
you go.
because you're generalizing, bro. You're
Mm-hmm.
generalizing. You're saying most men we're like this, and yeah, we're gonna do this, and that's cool, but that's not really what it is. A lot of us want to look for a woman that's gonna be down with us so that we can
Mm-hmm.
build something and go to the next level of life. And a lot of times
Really.
that's really what we're looking for. Yeah. Now, granted, there's a difference. There's a difference. You have your perspective and
Mm-hmm.
I have my perspective. Now, do all of us know how to make it perfect? No. But I think it's wrong to just generalize it and say all of us are like this or all of this is like that. And
I
because
never
that's
said
that's
all.
that's not even true.
Okay, so let me
Okay, you
explain
said
something to you.
most.
Let me go and explain something to you. Since most men are like that, and it's just generalizing, putting all men in that category. Look at the divorce rate. Look at how many women are single. Look how many men are single. Look how many dating sites are out there. So if it's what you say, then why are so many people single? Why are so many women having a hard time finding men?
Because
Why
they
don't
haven't
men
figured out.
understand how to deal with a woman, or why doesn't a woman know how to understand a man? If that's the case.
Well, well, it's easy because I
Mm-hmm.
think there's miscommunication. That's not there's miscommunication. There's a breakdown where as a man we want to be respected. As a woman wants to be, maybe her love language is quality time. Maybe my understanding of what I want to do to show my love to my woman is gifts,
Mm-hmm.
but she doesn't receive that. She's like, okay, thanks for a car, thanks for this, thanks for a nice bracelet, but that doesn't mean shit to her. The only thing that means shit to her,
But
hold
what
on,
I'm
feel me,
explaining to
the
you,
only
because
thing
even
that
when we,
that's real to her is
mm-hmm.
quality time. There's been a breakdown in the communication between men and women to understand what that person's love language is. Because like with me and mine is all about respect. Hers is all about quality time. She don't care
Yeah, but
about
we're not talking about
gifts
marriage.
and
We're
stuff.
just talking about just in
Well, no,
general dating men and women.
but we
We're
no
talking about
no. You're
the
talking
reason.
about dating. I'm talking about the whole idea of love. Because if you're dating somebody, you can't just sit there and just all of a sudden fall in love with somebody and be in love to the next level in just dating. Dating is
I,
supposed to be the
now
preparation
watch
before
this. Now watch
marriage
this.
to
Because
see
just
if
like you
if
just
you and
said,
that person are
just
compatible.
like you just said, I can't generalize all men. Don't say that you can't love off first sight and all that kind of stuff. That might be your interpretation, but that doesn't necessarily have to be true. If you don't have any facts to
Okay.
back that up, you shouldn't say
Wait, hold
it's
on.
not possible. Read a comment because I know
Now
you're
hold
gonna get
on.
me stopped.
Well, hold on. There's an interesting point real quick. I'm ignoring you right now, Chris.
I know you want. You
There's
always do.
an interesting point real quick that Al Brooks said. He said we're back to perceptions. He said, but then before that, he said there's stages. He said incorrect. There's stages. So I want Al, do me a favor, elaborate a little bit on what you mean by there's stages. Break that down just a little bit. He said never all. There's
But we'll
stages.
wait. You
Jacqueline,
want to hear
yeah,
me
well, I want to see what he said. Yeah, I
elaborate?
want to see what he said. Yeah, because that's dope. He says we're back to perception. Absolutely. Wait, wait. Emerald said Chris is being messy.
I'm being honest.
Erica said, do you think the breakdown has to do with texting versus having actual conversations? Absolutely, Erica. I definitely think that. I definitely think that there's a part that's part of it, in my opinion. I definitely think that's my opinion. What about you, Chris?
No,
Do you
I didn't
think
hear what I didn't hear the question. Say it again.
I said? Well, Erica said, do you think the breakdown has to do with texting versus having actual conversations? And so I think I agree with that 100%. There, in my opinion, here's the thing: you can't hear the emotional response, the tone of the voice. You can't. A text is just words, and sometimes depending on the person, we can't verbalize everything that we're saying and feeling in a text. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, think about it, man. We used to stay up all night on the phone talking to. Well, at least I did, talking to my lady. Or back in high school, we'd be on the phone talking. Now everything is just a text. Yo, Netflix and chill. Yo, we trying to get around. Yo, what's good? Yo,
Yeah, that don't
you
have
know what I
nothing
mean? I
to do
mean,
with
so there's a
why men
change.
act the way they act, though. Texting don't have nothing to do with how men are and how they love women. Nothing.
Now hold on, real quick. I want to get because Jacqueline's comments on the board too.
This
She
boy.
says men and women read love differently. We just have to learn how each other recognizes love and do it. Don't be stubborn your partner enough to show love for them. Otherwise, I don't see why you don't want to do that. Interesting. That's an excellent comment. Now,
That,
Sydney, she chimed in. She said, "Guessing Chris is single." That's what Sydney said next.
nope.
She said, "Guessing Chris is single." No, Chris isn't single.
Nope.
Chris is married. We're both married. We are both married. Yeah,
My
but
thing is, like I said, I'm trying to get people to understand more so about men and how most men aren't going to be wired to understand how to treat a woman. Like I said, everyone can chime in and say what they want. The day that I actually listen to a woman tell me how a man is the day that I start calling myself a woman. Because at the end of the day, as me being a man, hanging out with men all the time, there should not be a woman that knows more about a man more than me. That does not make sense. Now, if she does research and all that kind of stuff, yeah, it probably runs neck and neck. But just to be
but
real,
see,
you're around men and you talk to men. This is your life. This is you. So when you're saying earlier about just how we're looking for our queens and all that kind of stuff, bro, in
we
this
are.
society here, I don't
At
even
least
see
I
men
am.
respect
I
women.
was.
Yeah, but you like the applause. Congratulations. But what I'm
It's
explaining
not even
is
about the
no,
applause, man.
because
I'm
what I'm
being
explaining
me.
is, bro, if you're being
It's
real
just you
right
don't
now,
like what I'm
if you're
saying. I'm
being
being
real,
real.
look, but don't cut me off
I'm being
because
100.
every time I talk, you
I'm
want to go
being
to a comment.
100%
So
real.
let me finish what I got to say.
No,
What I'm
I'm not.
explaining is in this generation, you never hear men even really talk about a woman as a queen. So that's what I'm saying. If we're going to be real, let's not sit up here and make it seem like there's a lot of men that show that respect and they do all that kind of stuff. Because it's
Well,
not, bro. I'm so
there
disappointed.
are
Yeah,
disrespectful
but I don't want you
cats.
to agree with me. I just want you to know I'm so disappointed in men. This is the reason why I'm honest about it. I'm not out here to bullshit. I don't care if people like what I say or not. I'm gonna be honest about the bullshit that I see in men because that's what I'm supposed to do. Not sugarcoat it and we love you and we're waiting to take care of you. No, I'm gonna keep it real. That's the way it's
But that's
supposed to
not.
go.
No, I understand what you're saying. And so Emerald says, she says, I get what Chris is saying. It's not automatic. And that's true. Love is not automatic. But then
Don't
it
agree
goes,
with me, Em.
Yeah, Chris is
No,
in his
don't agree
feelings
with me.
right
I'm
now.
being messy. Don't agree with me, girl.
Yeah, Chris is in his feelings right now, Emerald. And
Look,
then
friend.
Erica said at the end of the day, communication will make or break any relationship. And I agree with that. I mean, I think and see that's what it goes down to. See, you're
Yeah,
talking from the single man's perspective, like or not talking from that perspective, but you're saying that guys when they're dating or don't know what love is when they're dating and they're not looking for the queen. And here's the thing. I don't know what it's like to be in the dating world right now. I can't talk on that. I can't talk on that. I can talk about maybe some of our friends' experiences and things like that. So I can only talk about what I experienced 16 years ago, when I was trying to get with my wife. You feel me?
so are we
Or I
retracting the
can talk
statement about
about
men looking for queens?
no, I'm not retracting any statement at all.
Because
I'm
that would be
saying
geared
I
towards the
was
dating scene
no.
today.
Well, no, if you're talking about the dating scene, I think there if you have a deep
But you
conversation.
just
Matter of
contradicted
fact,
yourself, bro. You just said right now you can't speak on the dating scene of as of right now. But you've been saying men are out there looking for queens. So that's why I'm saying you. Which is it?
no, no, I'm not contradicting. What I'm saying is that I'm not dating, but when I have conversations, if you hear what I'm saying, when I
Mm-hmm.
have conversations with different friends that are in that dating world, I can understand their perspective. I can see but I'm not dating. So by saying, okay, it's dating and this and that, I can go back to 16 years ago when I was dating. I was looking for, you know, a queen. I was looking for my number one fan. I was looking for somebody that's going to be in my corner. That's what I was looking for, and
Mm-hmm.
I found that, luckily. But that's what I was looking for. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, granted, there's some guys that are out there, like you said, that are looking for just to bust one out, just to get one out, and they'll say anything and everything. But that's where that woman has to, use discernment whether or not she's going to bust it out for him or
Yeah, but the
not.
only thing is, I don't want you to think that I was meaning most men. See, and that's where I think there was a breakdown within our conversation, which we'll probably have to do this topic all over. Maybe we word it because in your interpretation of what I said tonight, it was almost like I'm saying all men just want to have sex or they're not really serious. What I was trying to explain to you is that a lot of men are lost and don't know how to love a woman or how to appreciate a woman. So what I was trying to do was give the breakdown of how we see things versus how they see things. The reason why a man might cheat, you're so in love with this man, you think he's so in love with you, but yet he still cheated on you. I was trying to explain the breakdown in that, and so they can understand it's not you, boo boo. It's this man. He's confused about his own life and what he wants. So it has nothing to do with you. It's the way the mentality
Mm,
works for most men. That's what I was trying to explain. It wasn't
right.
about dogging men like, oh yeah, they just ain't shit, they don't do nothing. It was about giving a better understanding on why we don't see things the way they see it or why or how we see things. But like I said,
Hmm.
you can't get caught up in certain things that are said. You got to actually
Right.
understand the full thing of what I'm trying to say. Like I said, I'm a man at
Right.
the end of the day. So what do I look like sitting up here just dogging us for no reason? Come on, bro.
Hmm.
That's why I said you
No,
gotta.
I hear you, and that's an
Yeah, but
excellent
you go on
point.
this
That is
whole
an
love
excellent
and
point.
queens and all that kind of stuff. But I really
But
just
that's
want you to
that's
be
my
honest.
perspective, and you have your perspective. So
It's
just
not
because,
about your
again,
perspective. It's
again, no,
about
Chris,
understanding the
Chris,
position
again,
on where we were going with that.
no, that's where, and here's the thing, Chris, that was where you were going with it. So just because you're going somewhere, I don't have to get in the car and ride.
Mm-mm, we on the same show. We going two different directions.
No,
I
we're not
know.
going in two different directions. We're not going in two different directions. It's just we're different people. We have different perspectives.
Let me put my
That's
seatbelt on.
all it is.
Shit is
Yeah, put your
dangerous.
seatbelt on. Now
Shit.
hold on. Hold on. All right, let's see. Al Brooks said it all. Hold on, put that comment back up for me, please. Hold on 1 second. Erica, hold on. We had a few comments real quick. Al says it all boils down to each individual moral standards. If you open to growth, perception may change. Not necessarily a bad thing. That's true. I agree. I agree with that. Erica says she definitely agrees with that, Chris. She says she definitely agrees with that, Chris. Now, Erica, hold on. She says, my ex was lost. And no matter what I tried to do, he just didn't get it and still doesn't understand it.
That's the
Yeah,
areas I was
that's
trying to touch on right there. Not
yeah.
the
He's
bullshit.
lost. Okay, so he's lost. It's not bullshit. It's just he's lost. So that's what she says. Al Brooks says, blind can't lead the blind, fam. Both must choose a lead and vibe together. Now,
I
that's true.
agree. I
That
agree.
is true. That's
Hmm.
true. But see, then it goes back to, even if he's talking about like relationships where like the women stepping into men's roles, or men stepping into, women's roles, things like that, in a relationship, then that's, yeah, it won't work. You have to vibe together. I agree. That's deep, man. So what's your final thoughts tonight, man? Because we got a couple of minutes left, man.
My
What?
final thoughts is this: women, do more research on men so you can understand certain things. Ask men questions so you can actually get answers to why we do certain things. Hopefully, you'll run across somebody that's very open and doesn't mind sharing that type of stuff, because I feel like you guys see us in a different light, or you think we think in a certain way, something similar to you, and we don't. That's why a
Right.
lot of you get hurt. That's why you end up in the same type of situations, because you're hoping we're on that same level and we're not. So that's why I say, just for women, do more research and talk to more men and get more understanding. As far as fellas, we're raised differently, so it's like at the same time, like at a certain age, maybe you need to know what you want for your life. But I think if anything, no matter where you are in your life, you should want to know what you want and what purpose you have. So just make sure you're seeking that out so you can make the right decisions. So we can stop acting like little boys and little boy men. Let's just be real men. My final.
That's a no. That's a good point. I'm gonna bring Tony on right now. Tony, you there? That's an excellent point, Chris. That was good. Let's see, Tony, are you there? I don't know. She might be a little scared to come on. I mean, here's my final thought. Oh, okay, go ahead, Tony. I see you, girl. I see you, girl. What's up?
I was trying to get it together.
Yeah, you were trying to get it together.
I was trying to get it together.
Okay, there she is. There she is. There she is.
OMG. You know what? This was a good topic, and I don't think it'll hurt to revisit. I
I think we
really
should
don't
do
think
a
it'll
part
hurt
two
to
of this.
revisit,
Yeah, we should
because
do a part two.
a lot of this, I think that you were on the same plane, but then you weren't.
Right.
And I think, well, I'm trying to bring Chris back in. Um, in a lot of ways, you guys, I think you touched on a lot of things that were of the same nature, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But towards the end is when it kind of took a turn. But I think when you look at the entire perspective, I think that you really are saying the same things. You really are.
And that was the thing. I thought him and I were in different
How,
areas of
how
it.
come I can't see Chris?
You can't.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I can
Can,
see him.
can you see me? Okay,
I can
tell her
see
I'm
him.
gonna jump off and get right back on. This black
No, no,
sister,
just
hold
stay
on.
on there. She can hear you.
Oh, can you
She
hear
can
me?
hear you.
I can hear
Okay,
you.
well, good. But what I was saying
I'd
is,
rather see you.
okay, then let me get off.
Well, go
Bye.
ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Tony. Yeah.
But I think that, because I think there is also a level of age,
Right.
maturity,
Mm-hmm.
and experience. That's where the fork in the road was.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And I think that in some cases, and this is not to say anything that is going to be disrespectful to anyone, but I think that a lot of times when we all come to a point in our lives and we're in a relationship or we're in a marriage, we tend to not stay in tune with what is really going on in the single life,
Mm-hmm.
because we shut that door. We shut that door. But that's where I was saying, in a lot of ways, you guys were saying the same things. And I think
Right.
that because it was articulated differently.
I,
That is where that turn came.
I felt like we were talking about and there was stuff that I agreed with, but it was more so wanting to stick to why men don't understand love. And that was kind of like my biggest thing with it. And when we do a part two on this, my thing is I would want to do a breakdown of how it starts off with us. Like we started off the show kind of in that zone when you went to your dad and how he loved you. And I love that because we got to express how we're kind of shown love from our fathers. But we didn't really touch on the
Right.
love that we get from our mothers. We didn't touch on when we really
Yeah,
stopped
this is definitely a part two
love.
or
Right.
even
So
three.
so
You
that's
know.
why I said there's
Yeah.
a lot of areas that we can touch on. But my thing is I wanted to stay focused on kind of the confusion that we have as men and why we don't understand love until either we've gone through something bad or we just never get it. And there's like you just have guys just out here moving, sticking and moving and never understanding the mistakes that they're making.
Hmm.
And that goes to speak to the issues of what you were saying. It has to do also with how they were raised,
Mm-hmm.
who
Right.
raised them, who
So that.
was the
Yeah.
disciplinarian,
Mm-hmm.
who was the nurturing parent. Because I think in the beginning, Chris, you had even mentioned that with your father, when you had gotten sick that first time, you had had your heart attack. He didn't know how to address the fact that he, could be nurturing as a man
Tony had messed him
and
up.
still be a man.
He said,
I know.
like he made a noise. Like he did something wrong.
So just imagine not just that scenario, okay, not just that particular scenario for other men who are relating to their own grown sons
Right.
and how that can affect them and how they build a relationship or even figure out what love is. A lot of men don't understand what love is or know how to show love is because they've never had a nurturing side from
Mm-hmm.
a woman,
Right.
Right.
you know? So
Right.
this goes a whole lot deeper than where you guys were tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it
But
does. It definitely does.
yeah,
I agree.
and I do, and I have to say, I believe that some people can fall in love at first sight. And it just depends on that chemistry, that connection, all of that. The other person that they're falling in love with
Mm-hmm.
might not understand it,
Right.
but it happens. It does
Mm.
happen, but it all goes with chemistry. It all
Mm-hmm.
goes with love. And then we have to touch on the fact that, okay, so how did you as a child or a young adult, how did you receive love? How was it given to you? So this is a deep topic. it,
Yeah, it
it can
is.
really go really deep.
We should do it
No,
all.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah. It definitely can. It definitely can go on and go on, and and here's the thing, like, I definitely, respect your opinion, Chris, and I respect, Tony's opinion. I just think we have different perspectives. Like I said, from the jump, we have different perspectives. At the end of the day, that's why we love all of the comments that all the listeners, they put on there. I thank Al and Kenya and Emerald and Jacqueline and Erica, for chiming in, because I mean, even at the end of the show, how Erica was talking about how um, she couldn't, he just didn't get it, you know and but there had to be like some sort of, maybe, I don't know the intimate details of their relationship, but maybe there was a breakdown in communication, you know
And that could be the case, but the only thing is, and I hate that she said that at the last minute
yeah, because that
because
right there is deep.
every no, but see, this is the thing. That's where I was trying to touch on this whole time. I wanted women to chime in on stuff like that about because I was even thinking about it earlier on my way home. How some women will give a guy chances over and over and over, and then it's like finally they break it off, and they like shit. I mean, what was it? Was it me? I
Right.
loved him good. Why he keep cheating on me?
Well,
And those
you
were
know
the
what just
areas
because
I really wanted to touch.
just because you said that, and just because Erica's comment was like that, let's tie into that next week. Let's continue this show for next week, part two, and let's start it off with Erica's comment on what she said. That's going to be the
Okay.
topic. I'm going back to it. She said, my ex was lost, and no matter what I tried to do, he just didn't get it. and
Hmm.
still doesn't
Yeah,
understand.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
that definitely is relative.
And that goes
Let's
for a
do
That's
that.
lot of women out
Wait,
there
hold on.
too.
Hold on. Al said he got it. I
Hey,
was like, he
hey,
got it.
hey, I'm backing Erica up on this. Hey, he didn't
Yeah.
get nothing, okay? You did your thing, boo
He
boo.
said there's
Ain't
many
nothing
levels.
wrong. You did your part. It wasn't your fault at all. It was that man fault. But we're gonna talk about that next week.
No. I think he probably did get it. They probably did have an understanding, but there probably was just, it's kind of like one of those things where he probably felt like she wasn't gonna go nowhere. I got her.
that's usually the
Going back to
case.
the cocky. I got her. She's not going nowhere. And maybe, he needs that humbling experience to teach him that, yo, he had a real one.
Now watch this though, and Tony, you hit it on the head because you said, like you said, when you've been married for a long time, you'll lose sight of that scene and you don't get to understand. But see, this is why I talk to everyone. This is why I have conversations everywhere I go because I never want to be left out on what's going on in the world. Because even with that comment that you made right now, that sounds like that could be the case, but I'll be honest with you. It's men out here that'll be like, damn, I messed up. I cheated. Okay, I ain't gonna do it no more. I ain't gonna do it no more. And then do it. And then be like, dang it, I
Oh
keep
yeah.
I don't know why I
There's
keep doing it.
definitely cats out there that do that.
But that's why I'm
Definitely.
saying
Yeah,
this goes so much further than just about trust and breakdown and communication. And nah, bro,
yeah.
this is a sickness. This is a problem that we have to address so that women can understand that some of these men out here are just ignorant and they don't mean to be that way. And it's not an excuse for them. Because by any means, I'm not telling you it is. But what I'm explaining to you is this is the reason why men do it because there's lack of knowledge, there's lack of understanding of what they want. So when they're making these moves, they're making those moves based off a decision of what they want at that moment, not based off what they want down the line. But those are things that
Yeah,
Right.
women don't know, and that's why I
yeah.
said, bro, we got to be real on it. We got to talk about that, not the
And you
love
know
and
what?
blah blah blah. We
And I'm
got to
so
be
glad you
real and
said
talk
that.
about how we
Yeah,
are so screwed up, and not we like as in all men, but I'm saying there are a lot of men that are screwed up like that.
because I want to touch on something before you guys go, and I'm glad that you said that because when you had made the comment, I was sitting here looking and listening. And when you said that women try and tell men how they understand them or they know what a man understands or how they love and all of these different things, ladies, don't get caught up in that.
Hey,
Don't get
I'm
Yeah.
caught
gonna
up
say
in
something
that.
real vulgar. I'm gonna say something real vulgar and real honest to you, because a lot of
Oh
y'all women
boy.
say that, but that's why y'all got more dicks than your age. Let's talk about it.
Oh man.
Did he just say that?
I think so.
My bad. Like I said, if you
All right,
don't
you've
want
been
the
watching
real,
Man
if
to
you
Man
don't want the
TV.
real, don't come here. Cause I'm gonna tell it like it is. Cause guess what?
OMG.
Back in the day, these mamas and everybody, these women that were growing up, more respect for themselves. They weren't sleeping around with a bunch of men. They weren't doing a
That's
lot of, and
true.
not to say, because some of y'all mamas did get down like that, and whatever. And that's not to pass judgment, because I'm not passing judgment. But what I'm telling you is that you know less than what you think you know. And that's just what I'm really trying to say. Not to be funny, it's just keeping it real with you. You might think you got the
Well, that's
game,
I think is what
but you
yeah,
don't.
but you know what, and I think that is what's keeping men and women from being on the same page.
Hold on, wait. I gotta say this because this is retarded. This is so retarded, and
Oh
I don't want to. I'm
God.
not gonna put this person out there. I had a woman literally tell me, "Damn, men always getting in their feelings. Like, can't I just have sex with him and he can go somewhere?"
Man. Hey,
Girl, you giving him exactly
there's
what
women
he
that say
wants.
that now. Hey, there's women that say that now,
But
man.
that's the
Real talk.
world we live in.
Right.
Yeah. There's definitely
That's the
women that say that.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
But keep on
Latifah
Oh
said
flowing.
that's
But keep
that's
on
God.
Chris's
flowing.
final thought. Latifah said that's
I
Chris's final
saw
thought.
that.
Chris is done. That's his final thought.
Trust me, that
It's not.
thought is not the end
Hey, hit the
No,
mute
it's
because
button.
we'll
not.
get
Hey,
off of
just hit the
here.
mute button.
He'll still keep talking.
Exactly. we'll get off of here and he'll still be going. So
Uh-huh.
that is not the last of it.
Nope.
No,
Trust me.
not at
Tune
all.
in after the show so you can hear my final thought.
Oh
Yeah,
my
he's gonna have
God.
his final. No, no, no. He's gonna have his final thought when nobody can interrupt him. His final. That's what he's gonna have. Oh man. Hey, look, it's
Oh my
been
God.
real, y'all. We love y'all so much. Thank you so much for tuning in to Man to Man TV. We couldn't do this show without the support of y'all and your comments. If you guys want to hear a topic that that you want us to talk about, inbox us over on our Facebook page, Man to Man TV. Inbox us, shoot us some topics, all that good stuff. Wait, hold on. Jacqueline, one last comment. She said, women are becoming more mannish. Yep. Yeah, they are. That's a whole nother. Yeah, they are. And yeah,
Thanks to that
and that
whole feminist movement.
yeah, and low key, that's a lot of reasons why some men don't even treat them like ladies because they don't feel,
How can
like
Exactly.
how can they? Because
Exactly.
you guys don't need us for
Exactly.
nothing,
nope.
or don't want
When
us,
you,
or
well,
don't
not
desire
even
us.
that. Right. But it's not even that. It's not even that. It's just the mannerism
Right.
of women
Right?
today.
Yeah. Real talk.
Anytime you see a woman on the street and dude, he just wants to say good morning. And she's like, what the fuck you talking about? And who
Yeah.
you talking to?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Ignoring
Yeah.
them.
Or
Ignoring them.
better yet, even just paying an honest comment of just saying a compliment, like, "Hey, that's a beautiful outfit," or "You look great today." And, oh, thanks, and just keep going. And it's
Thanks.
no level of,
yeah,
and sometimes not even a thanks.
yeah.
But look, we're gonna end this show right now. I got to thank all the listeners again. Thank you, Al. Thank you, Jacqueline, Brian Thomas, Kenya, Emerald. Let's see, Erica. Erica, make sure you tune in next week because we're gonna need to know all your business next week. All right, we're gonna need to know all your business next week. No,
She ain't doing it
she
now.
like, oh no, no, no. We're gonna talk about see what's going on. We're gonna talk about that last question for sure. Jacqueline, as usual, thank you so much for tuning in
Thank
to the
everyone.
show. And just thank you all for tuning into the show. We love y'all. We couldn't do the show without you guys. Chris, I love you, bro. I couldn't do
Love
the
you,
show
bro.
without you. You know what I mean? And Tony, I love you too. It's been
Love
real.
you back.
It has been real. So
And
we'll see
Love
y'all
you.
next week.
yeah, all right. So, with that being said, thanks again for joining Man to Man TV with Richard Hall and Chris Smith. Make sure that you follow them on Facebook under M2M TV. Also, make sure to head on over to the website at hottopicstalkradio.com. Check out more of the shows here under the network, as well as check out our sponsors and what they do for us. Shades of Africa in 2 locations in the city of Corona and in the city of Long Beach. Also sponsored by SPMG Media, Miss Gina Smith,
Woof, woof.
FES Protection Plan, Miss Stephanie Jenkins, and of course, the Urban Sentinel, run and head by Reggie Kearney. So we'll see you back here at the top of the week on Tuesday with Real World News TV. Have a wonderful rest of your week and a fantastic, fantastic weekend. So now we're going to let Chris go ahead and do his ramble at
Yeah.
the end of the show.
He's gonna
But
do
I
his
will.
final,
But I
final,
will say
final
this
thought.
real quick, Tony.
His final and
Tony,
Yeah.
happy Mother's Day. You've done great. That was sincere. The fuck? Like y'all laugh this shit?
Oh
Like
my
Tony,
god.
no, like for real. Tony sat there like she was waiting on some extra shit. Like that's amazing.
Oh man. Oh, that's so funny. Hey,
It up. See y'all later. Goodbye.
So what? No,
it,
you can't do that. Now say Happy Mother's Day to everyone
no,
else.
okay. I'll say it because he won't say it right. He won't say it right.
That's because y'all got me pissed off.
Hey, to all the women that made us, created us, and everything, happy Mother's Day to y'all. If you're a mother, look, there's no men that are going to celebrate Mother's Day. There's no men that are going to celebrate Mother's Day. Mother's Day is Mother's Day. So, mothers don't celebrate Father's Day. Enjoy your special day this weekend. Enjoy everything about all the beauty you've created in this world. So, happy Mother's
Absolutely.
Day from Man to Man TV and the Hot Topics Talk Radio Network. And we out. We'll see y'all next week. All right.
All right, head on over to Chris
Get your
for
ass
his.
off
Head over to
Facebook.
Chris's page
Get your
so he
ass
can
off
do
my
his
Facebook. I got
final,
shit to talk about.
final. Yeah. I'm
No,
sure. Go ahead.
he talking
Bye.
about final
Bye.
thought. His
Bye.
dedication to
That's
women
your
is
final.
almost
That's
10
your final.
years.
Final. That's your final. Final. I didn't even have a final talk tonight. Final. Bye. I'll see you guys later
Good
on. This
night,
has been real,
everybody.
Tony. Love you guys. Hey, the comments are going in. Y'all keep going in on the comments. We love y'all. See y'all next week,
Love
okay?
you.
All right. Bye bye.